Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Akusia and this is Moments with Shivals. Today my topic is how to live a purposeful life. Yes, how to live a purposeful life. We all in life want to live a purposeful life, and God has given each and every one of us a purpose, the reason why He created us, and it is up to us to identify our purpose so that we can live and live fully. So I want to tell you a story about how I navigated through life before finding my purpose. I wouldn't bore you much. I'll go straight to the point and then we'll take it from there. So today we are diving into a topic that I believe is crucial for everybody living a purposeful life, whether you are just starting your journey or you are looking into redefining your path as an individual. This video is right for you, and you are right here at the right place at the right time. So you're gonna have a seat, grab some popcorn, and then let's have that conversation. Somebody will ask, what is something that we live for? Purpose is what we live for. And for you to live a meaningful life, you have to identify your purpose so you can be fulfilled in this life. Other than that, you just navigate through life, you just do whatever you have to do. Like when the wind blows to the left, you are there. When the wind blows to the right, that is where you go. But when you identify your purpose, it helps you to sail through life, and it helps you and guides you to a particular path that God has created for you. Now, let's look at ways and means to identify your purpose. First of all, you have to understand your purpose. First, let's talk about what it means to live your purpose. Living purposefully means align your actions with your values and goals. You have to align your actions with your values and goals. So it's about making choices that reflect what is truly important to you. Yes, you have to make choices that are truly important to your life. If you just live for living's sake without making any choices, or for instance, when you look at how other people are living their lives and decide to also go by it, that is how you find yourself lost in the midst of the crowd, because you follow what other people are doing. Now, let me tell you a story of how I found my purpose in life. And it took me it took me to fail. I failed. I'm not saying that you have to fail before, but my life, I failed before I discovered myself, before I found my purpose. Discovering yourself, discovering your purpose, it's very important as an individual. And we are all different in our ways. Each and everyone is different. And so I cannot compare myself to you. Neither can you also compare yourself to me, because God has given each and every one of us different purpose to live. And until you discover yourself, until you find out what you are made of, until you find out what you can do better, until you can find out what you are capable of or what you are made of, you just navigate through life. You just, wherever the wind will blow, you will go. And so it is important as individuals to discover yourself so that your journey can be not smooth, because life itself is you have smooth. To just, once you discover yourself, it makes the direction, it makes where you are going to so easy, because you are focused, you're determined, you know the right way to go. Now let me tell you how I discovered myself and how I found my purpose in life. Life really dealt with me from an early stage. Okay, right when I wrote my junior high school exam and I didn't get a school, I had to struggle my way through back and forth before I got a secondary school, a high school to attend. It was really a tough one, very, very tough. And I wouldn't lie, I struggled a lot to get through it. Now, after completing high school, I failed. I was a science student, okay? I studied science. Even though I love science, because growing up, I always wanted to be a doctor. Like, always wanted to be a doctor. And I loved being a doctor. But then little did I know that being a doctor wasn't for me. So let me take you back to the story. I studied science in my secondary school. That is my high school. And as a science student, I was so good in all the reading subjects. But when it comes to the calculations. There were some of them that I had difficulties with it. And alongside, I discovered that no, this course is not for me. What is good for me is the reading courses. So my parents made me to attend extra classes with other tutors and all of that. But I was trying, but it was not really fetching me any result. Well, back and forth, once it came, I had to sit for my exam. I wrote it, and then the results came. I had failed. I did well in the core subject, that's the reading aspect, but my calculations, I failed. Okay, and I had to go and write remedial. So my father took me to one of the best remedial schools in Ghana to go and sit and then write the exams again. Apparently, I went and still had a very bad result. Now, the decision was to go back to high school because my father wouldn't allow me to stay in the house just like that and be writing remedial exam. No, it wouldn't happen. And my father is somebody who really, really loved education. So you can imagine, and he wanted me to go back to high school. Now, at that moment, I really went through a lot because this is a time that all your friends are going to the university. Everybody wants to go to the university. The girls are happy, the boys are excited. People are calling in to find out where you had or where you are continuing your school. Somebody will call, hey, yeah, I'm going to University of Ghana. Somebody will call, I'm going to UCC. Somebody will call, I'm going to Tech, and they ask you where you are, and then you kind of say anything. So at that moment, I had failed. My parents were not happy with me at all, especially my dad. He was so disappointed in me because his once intelligent girl couldn't make it to the university, and it was really a traumatized situation for me as well in the house. I didn't really have it easy. Maybe it will come up again in another story, and I'll tell you the full story about how it went. So going forward, my father decided that okay, I have to go back to high school and go and study my course again and then write the exam. That way I will sit up. Now, it took me a while, and that moment really made me think through life. It made me discover myself at that early stage because the things I went through, you know, from my parents' side, especially my dad not being happy with me, and it was really a worry because I love my dad so much, and for him to be disappointed in me was something that I could never imagine. And secondly, my friends, almost all of them were going to the university, and then it meant I had to go back to school. So I sat down one night at dawn, I remember, and then I thought through life. And I was like, what is life? What is me? What is my life? What is this about me? What can I do better at this stage? Is it going back to school that will help me? Or am I going to do the same thing, repeat what I did, and then come out with the same thing? Did I have a problem with what I was studying, or have I found an interest in something else? At that moment, upon thinking through, reflected my life, and looking at what I did wrong and what I can do better, I came up with a solution that look, if I am to go back to high school, then I'm not going to read science again. I am going to do general arts because at that point I know that is for me. This is me, and that is what I want to do. And all the time, right from high school and junior high school, I loved reading, I loved talking, I loved everything, communication. So if my dad is giving me a second chance, then why don't I take the opportunity and then go and read general arts? Now I told my dad was not so convinced because he felt if you use 3 years to go and do a science course or a course that you couldn't pass, do you think you can use just like 1.5 years or 2 years to read general arts and you come out with flying colors? I was like, look, you know what? Please, yes, I have accepted to go back to school, which is not easy. But then, if I have to go, then please change my course for me. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Then he agreed. They gave me general arts, and I went to school. I went to the school. In fact, when I went, it was not so easy. I mean, imagine going back to pure genius. I would, the feeling and everything that came with it. I was so sad, but I had no choice. But at that moment, when I went back to school, I knew so well that this is for me, this course is for me. And so I have to do everything power to pass, because I came here to pass. I came purposely to pass and move on with my life. Okay. So I did the general arts, and in my first course, it was time for people to write the remedials. I quickly bought all my books for the general arts courses. I sat down, I read. During vacation, my colleagues went home, and I remember some of the students were sitting for the remedials, even though they were still in school. So I joined them. We stayed on campus and we read massively. We prepared for this exams, attending class and all. And lo and behold, we wrote the exam, and when the result came, I had done so well. Yes, I had done well. My dad was so happy with the results. And we went on vacation, we came back. Now I had to come and sit for my main examination. So, you know what my dad did? He actually used my remedial results to apply for school for me, which I wanted to go to Ghana Institute of Journalism. So that is where I went to university. And lo and behold, I had an admission. And so before I had completed, I used my remedials to even apply for uni. So it means that my main school result, I didn't use it. Well, it also came out perfectly fine, but I didn't use it. I got admission to the Ghana Institute of Journalism. I started pursuing my course, and I loved it. I loved GIJ, and I love the courses that I got. And so I wouldn't say everything was smooth for me, but because I enjoyed what I was doing, and along the line, I still was discovering myself the more each and every day. Okay, so all I'm trying to say that in order to know your purpose in life, you first of all have to identify yourself. If you don't know yourself, you wouldn't be able to identify your purpose. Sometimes we tend to focus so much on the things that we are not good at, and then leave the things that we are good at behind. Okay, it takes only you to identify yourself. Somebody else cannot do it for you. You know yourself better. What is it that I'm good at? What can I do? How can I make my life better? Why am I here? Keep asking yourself. And as a Christian as I am, I prayed for God to just show me my purpose. Show it to me. You know what I mean? If you're a Christian like myself, pray, commit it in prayers, identify yourself. And once you identify yourself, make sure that you work towards it. Like you work you work towards what you have identified. Okay, that is certain goals. If you identify yourself, you cannot just walk through it just like that. You have to identify and set goals for yourself. What is your goal? What do you want to achieve in life? Where do you want to go? In 2 years, in 3 years, in 5 years, where do you want to go? If you are able to set the goals for yourself, you'll be able to work towards it gradually. Every time you work towards it, you work. Even the Bible said, write the vision down. Okay, you have to write it down. If you don't write it, you'll forget. Set the goals and write it down. It is very, very important. So you identify yourself, know who you are as an individual. When you identify yourself, you know yourself, you know your strength, you know your weakness, you know what gives you joy, you know what makes you sad. And so you focus on the most important things in life, and then you set the goals for yourself in this life. Without a goal, your life is meaningless. There is absolutely nothing, no map. So a goal is just like a map that you follow in life, and you need to have that goal in order to follow, because it leads you to a direction, or it leads you to your destination. Okay, for instance, you cannot just go and sit in a car that you are traveling, or you cannot just go and sit in a plane that you are traveling. You have to know your destination. Other than that, it is going to take you just anywhere. So the next point I'm going to give is mindfulness and decision making. Living a purposeful life also involves mindfulness. This means that being present in the moment and making conscious choices. Ask yourself, does this action support my values and goals? This habit can transform your decision making process. You have to make mindful decisions. Does this align with my goals? the decision and the choices I'm making, does it align with what I have set for my life and how to live a purposeful life? If it's not for you, it's not for you. You cannot force it. Make sure whatever you decide to do in this life aligns with the goals that you have set. Other than that, you will lose focus, you'll be distracted, and you're going to just do things anyhow. So if you're young, or if you're a person looking forward for a brighter future, or looking forward to make a meaningful life, then you have to make sure that you'll be mindful with the choices that you make. If it's not good for you, it's not good for you. If it's not going to add any impact for myself as an individual, if that thing is not going to add value to myself, if it's not going to add an impact or going to make any impact in my life, you will not see me getting involved. I take decisions and I make sure that what I am doing, because life is too short, like I said, and I need to make sure everything I do, at least in a day, leads me to um achieving my goals, and you have to be intentional about it. Be very, very intentional about your life. I mean, the people you allow in your life, the kind of friends you make, the kind of places you go, um, what you decide to even have your education. Like, you just have to be intentional. Intentionality is very, very important in living a purposeful life. Other than that, like I always say, anything goes for you, and when it happens that way, it is not advisable. And then also, overcoming challenges. Okay, challenges are inevitable, but they shouldn't deter you. View them as opportunities to grow and refine your path. Remember, resilience is key to living a life full of purpose. You got to be resilient in life. You got to know that challenges are part of life. It comes as and when. Sometimes we don't even expect. Like, it comes unexpectedly. It comes when we are not aware. And if care is not taken, it breaks you down. I have been to that point before, and I'm going to share with you very soon. I've been at my lowest. I've been at the moment, like, I've experienced so many challenges in my life, a lot, a lot, a lot. But you know what? Through it all, God has been faithful. Through it all, God has worked with me in every part of my way. I never said there will not be challenges, but then He said that He will always and always be with us. So, my dear, in living a purposeful life doesn't mean that once you find yourself, once you are living your purpose, you'll be a challenge free. No, challenges are coming to come, heartbreaks, disappointments, losing loved ones, betrayals, losing opportunities, failing, and a whole lot. But once you believe in yourself, once you know that life doesn't end when challenges come, you'll be able to pick yourself up and move on, because no matter what, you got to live. No matter what, you still have to look into the future, because you can't disappoint yourself. And I know what I'm talking about. Very soon, maybe in my next video, or the video subsequent ones to come, I'm going to share with you how I dealt with one of my most difficult challenge in life, and you will understand. So I just urge you to just hold on in life, hold on to your faith, and trust God in this journey, because it is really a tough one, very, very tough one. But with God in the boat, we will smile at the storm, and you know it. Yes, you know what I'm talking about. So, last point is giving back. Learn to give back. To think about how to give back. Sharing your time, your skills for the betterment of others can enrich your life with joy, satisfaction, amplifying the sense of purpose in your life. So we have some people that giving back automatically puts some smiles in their face, and to live, people are different, and there are some people that their purpose in life is just give, 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 give. Okay, so for instance, I have an NGO that I run, and the joy we get after our mentorship series, going for outreach programs, helping the people in need with the little that we have, gives us so much joy. And I believe that is part of living a purposeful life. At the end of the day, life is all about touching lives. If you have your life and you don't touch the other person, what is it? Because at the end of the day, if you are not around, if one day you are not around, what other people remember you with is how you touched their lives and the impact that you made. So always make it a point that at any point in your life, you will always remember to give back to people. So, guys, today has been very, very, very exciting, and this is a topic that I'm so much passionate about. I always want people to live a meaningful life. I always want people to live a purposeful life because I know the benefits I have gotten from it and I know how it has helped me. So I always encourage and help people to discover themselves in different ways that they themselves they cannot even imagine. So thank you so much for staying with me. I believe we are going to talk about so many topics. Please, if you have any special topic or any special discussion you want me to talk about, you can drop it in the comment section. And thank you so much for staying with me. I believe today you have learned something and you are going to go by it. And before I go, um, I want to remind you that living a purposeful life is a journey, not a destination. It evolves as you grow and learn more about yourself and the world around you. So take it one step at a time, stay true to your values, and keep pushing your goals. Yes, stay true to yourself and stay true to your values. Stay true to who you are. Be who you are. Do not be somebody else. And stay true to yourself because at the end of the day, all you have got is yourself. Thank you so much for staying with me. We will come back your way some other time. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share the link for other people, your friends, your loved ones, your family, your children to come and watch and listen. And make sure you leave a comment in the comment section for me. Let us be interactive. And I believe that next time I'll come your way with another exciting topic. Thank you so much. It's a bye. My name is Akosia, and thank you so much for coming to watch my channel. It's a bye, everyone.